Hi everyone, Sushma Khosla here from SMS Tax Services. If you'd like to get in touch, the information is in the description. My email address, my phone number, my portal, everything's on there. Today, we're going to talk about marginal tax rates. You can Google your 2023 tax brackets. Just Google tax brackets federal 2023 and you'll get something that says, hey, tax brackets for 22, 23, and I am going to tell you how to read them. Folks who are single, yours are relatively simpler. Come in here and take a look at them. The principles are the same. I'm going to talk about folks who are married filing jointly. Folks who are married filing jointly, please understand that there's something called a standard deduction. A standard deduction is what applies to 90% of my clients. A few of you get itemized and you know who you are. But let's talk about standard. Married filing jointly couples, you get $26,000 worth of income that is tax-free. So as a couple combined, if you only made $26,000 in the year, you would pay $0 in income tax to the federal government. Taxes are a combination of federal taxes, state taxes, local taxes, Social Security, and Medicare, sometimes called FICA. You will still pay FICA taxes. You may still pay state taxes, but if you make only $26,000, you will pay no federal taxes. Most of you will end up making more than $26,000. So let's see. Now, all the things I say now are going to be for you combined as a couple, which means your income is combined. Take $26,000 off your total income, both your W-2s. If you, between the two of you, you have 6 W-2s, you have to combine all of them. Look at box 1 of each W-2, add it together. That's your total income, box 1. Now, remember, the first $26,000, free, no tax. The next $22,000 will be taxed at 10%. With me so far? Perfect. After that, the next approximately $70,000 will be taxed at 12%. We get away from there, and the next $100,000 will be taxed at 22%. Most of my tax clients fall between the 22, 24, and 32% range. You all are somewhere in here. About 70% of you land here. So what does that tell me? If both of us, and again, don't say, what about me, as two different units. Your income combined is taxed together. So if one spouse makes $150 and the other one makes $20, that's $170,000. From the $170,000, we remove $26,000, and we are left with, let me do the math here, about $144,000, which means you fall somewhere here in the 22% bracket. 144. You are going to, let's say one of you gets a bonus. That bonus will be taxed at 22%. Let's say some of you get RSUs and grants. Those RSUs will be taxed at 22, which is perfect because when your employer gives you those RSUs, they tax you at 22. You should come out even Steven because you already paid taxes when they granted you those stocks, options, RSUs, whatever you want to call them. Now, what if you happen to be in this bracket? You and your spouse combined together make more than $364 plus that 26, remember? So about $390,000, box 1s. That means you guys pay 32% in federal taxes. When your employer gives you those RSUs, they withhold 22% taxes. which means that when we do your tax return, even though you paid taxes on it, you paid taxes at 22%. If you got $40,000 worth of stocks, you owe $4,000. On the $40,000, you've only paid 22% in taxes. You need to pay 32%. This is something that SMS Tax Services covers during tax planning. We meet with our clients twice a year, 3 times a year. We sit down and we ask, how much are you expecting to get in RSUs? Let's take a look at how much was withheld in taxes. Oh, look at that. We think you're in the 32% tax bracket and you've only had 22 withheld. Let's make an estimated payment now so that you don't have to when it comes to tax time. Or let's amend your W-4 so that your employer starts withholding more money. These are discussions to be had so that there is no surprise during tax time. SMS Tax Services does offer tax planning plans. So you can buy a plan for the year that gives you X number of hours to talk about your tax plan, planning out your year, any other questions that you have. Reach out to us and we can talk about these plans. If you're single, same kind of issues. If you make more than $200,000, you're in the 32% tax bracket. Remember, your standard deduction is lower if you're a single person. Your standard deduction is approximately $13,000, little over 13, but it's not 26. So when your employer gives you stock options and it's taxed at 22%, you're going to fall short when it comes time. Your employer also does not know about your Robinhood account and your VBOL accounts where you're trading. If you happen to make a profit there, no taxes are being withheld. You will have to pay taxes on those. So keep an eye out. Let's do a planning session sometime in July, sometime in September to get ahead of these things. Maybe there are stocks that you can sell for a loss to go against those profits, but you need to have a planning session. When we file your tax returns in March, in April, it should not be a surprise. It should be something that we have come very close to describing. It should be a pleasant experience and not a horrific OMG. Reach out to us, SMS Tax Services, Sushma Khosla. I'm always here, phone call or email away. More when we talk later. Adios.